What's up, guys? I'm with the Doomzu champion, Anthony. How's it feel to be the Doomzy GOAT, bruh?
Yeah.
How's it feel?
It feels really good.
Are you the best Doomzy player in the world?
I would like to think I am.
After I saw your non-engine, I think you actually might be. You're actually Doomzy GOAT. Why don't you tell people about your deck, how it was, and why don't you also tell people to get the Kotu Masterclass is better than this deck? But anywho, how was your deck today, bro?
It did fine. I made a really big meta call for this format, and I ended up paying off. I went. It was a 9-round event. I went A1. I ended up being undefeated until the last round, where like some unfortunate things happened, and I played around a card that I shouldn't have played around, and then it ended up costing me the match. But otherwise, it
was it all his fault? That was literally the finals match, right?
That lightning storm was crazy. Yeah. Anyways, let's just get to the ratios.
Yes.
So for the standard Doomzy ratios, I'm playing 3 copies of Alara, slightly less standard, 2 copies of a Moth. I know people usually play 3, but I ended up cutting one for a reason later on.
Yes.
2 copies of the Drastia, also a standard ratio. And then the best card in the deck, 3 copies of Jupredo. This card is the reason why you even decide to play the deck in the first place. This card is one of the best cards in the game, I feel like, right now, and is the reason why this deck has the ability to go second sometimes, you know?
Wow, nice, yep.
And then for the all the Power Patron cards, I'm playing 1 copy of the Doomzy, 1 copy of the Vidolium, and then 1 copy of the Medius for the secondary Terminus target. It replaced the 3rd copy of Maul from my deck.
And did you? I find some people not playing this and just playing the Doomzy level 4s. Do you feel that this is absolutely necessary to potentially search off Terminus?
I think having a second search target off your Terminus for turn 3 is actually very important. I know that a lot of people think that Doomzy is a deck where you combo turn 1, you end on the draw and 17 negates, and then like you just win the game. But a lot of times that's not what happens, because like the best 2 decks, they have like really good non-engine. They have like you might not be able to full combo. You might have to end on half boards and whatnot.
Right.
And during that time, being able to search a Medius off of the Terminus, or like even worse, if you hard draw this one, being able to then search a Medius to extend is just so powerful, you know?
Yep.
And also Medius plays well into Solemn cards. Like I had a Medius where like Solemn Judgment, I know was on. Oh, all of them play well into Solemn actually, because like if you Solemn them, they trigger.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah. This one especially, because you can just go to the graveyard and then you just summon it back from the graveyard. Activate effect. Yeah. And then for the spells, 3 of the Terminus. This is the best starter in the deck. 3 of the Raiders. I was on 2, but I was convinced. Someone convinced me in the last minute to play 3. This card is really bad to draw in multiples, but you need this card to start some of your plays. It's easily the best start in your deck. If you have this plus anything else, this checks for Ash, Fua, and like a ton of other hand traps, and makes it so that you know what your end board in the head is gonna be like before like you commit to it.
I love the half board. This deck almost full board through Fua. It almost ignores
0
it.
draws through Fua. I love that. And then 3 change, very good card. Make sure to use both effects every turn. I'm only maining 1 copy of the Adjustea, 1 copy of the Doom Dirge, and then the 1 Power Patron field spell for the level 12 search.
Do you think that should be normalized?
I think the card's very strong. The issue is this deck already runs quite a few like cards that you don't necessarily want to draw.
Yeah.
Although this card is very nice to draw going second, it still like doesn't start your combo. So like I wanted to like cut it down for like more non-engine space.
Beautiful. And it worked out perfect.
The last 2, you have to play this as like the reason why the deck is good, right? And then this is for the Regulus line, which I think is better than the other line, the F-Zero line and whatnot.
Makes total sense. A quick question for you over here. So a lot of people have trouble side decking, is what I'm realizing a lot. Would you recommend siding out these very powerful go first cards when you're going second, or no?
It depends on the matchup, actually. I very often don't side out both of these. I side out the one that's worse in the matchup a lot of the time.
That's
like
good,
versus Mitsu or like Ryzeal or like any other deck that like searches a million times, and I need to be able to like after I.
For example, like in Endymion, when you play Endymion you played 7 rounds, right?
I need to be able to end on something. Like I think the concept that a lot of people know is that they cut all their bricks and then they find out that after they break their opponent's board going second, their opponent accumulated a bunch of follow-up, and they can't end on anything to threaten like the follow-up board. So I usually save either one of these. If the deck is like Mitsu, I save this. Otherwise, I might save this. That way, I can break break their pushes. You know.
I like that.
But usually, I side out one, and then I would side out this And then if I need to side out more cards, I would consider going second, siding out the third.
That makes sense. I could see that going second. This might feel bad. He's already short on cards going second.
And then, but I wouldn't side out any of the other engine. I think this engine. It's very important that Doomz needs a very, very big engine to play the game. Especially against decks like Cool Tune and Draco Tail. Seeing more engine is better than seeing a bunch of non-engine and then them just like stopping what you have with 2 hand traps. That's not what you want. And then now onto the non-engine.
Oh, guys, get ready. Brace yourself. This isn't the main deck. Brace yourself.
This is a terrorist non-engine lineup. We have 1 shifter, 2 birds, 3 Fuas, 3 retails in the vein, 3 crowns, and a talents. Okay, so after playing like playtesting a bunch of this deck, I realized like one thing very quickly. This deck just doesn't have enough non-engine space. Like it easily has the least non-engine space out of any playable deck this format.
Top decks,
But the thing about the deck is that the engine of the deck is very good at breaking boards. But if you play one for one hand traps in your non-engine space, you'll find that they don't stop the opponent effectively enough, and then they'll accumulate a bunch of advantage, and then they'll just like kill like whatever you have. So what I decided to do was play only low opportunity cost, high impact, 1-for-1 non-engine.
Beautiful.
So no droplet, no super poly where I have to discard another card. Doomzy you can't afford to do that in your deck, obviously. So all of this is to prevent my opponent from ending on a board where I think I can't break. Yeah, I just needed it to be like manageable enough so that I can like play past it. And most of these cards are also good going first. And also, one reason why you play so much of the high impact hand traps that are not good versus every matchup is that during your combo, you can naturally pitch 2 of your cards in hand that are dead to these 2 cards. It's like back then when Cupsy, when you played Yummy, you could always pitch like a Dark Lunar where you drew going first to Cupsy search. It's the same thing.
I love the Yummy analogy. That's how all the subscribers on my channel will understand.
Like if I draw these 2 and I know that like I'm playing against the deck that like these 2 aren't good against, I can use this, banish 1 face down to extend, and then I can use this, put this underneath the Jupiter, and then I just get rid of them for free while giving me more board presence, you know? So like,
I love that idea, and also the 4s, like surely that also helps.
Yes, these being level 4s are so strong. It's incidental synergy with the Power Patron to give you access to the Arcturus. This being a level 4 that can special itself a lot of the time versus Cool Tune, you don't have to trigger this on turn 0. You can let them see it. I've had it a lot today where I let them see I have this, but like they searched a Cool Tune Synchro already, but like they just can't just not activate it. Well, I would love it that they don't activate it, but if they do activate it, I can chain this, and this is a level 4 body, and then it blanks that specific Cool Tune Synchro. I know it's not going to do that much, but it being a level 4 means that like if I have a Medius or a something else that was negated beforehand and they don't have an RS on the field, I can just make Deactorus and then overlay Graflario on top, and that's combo.
I'm just imagining you on game 1, you're doing Cool Tune, you lose the roll, they start overtaking.
Yeah, and they just give them this. Yeah, it did happen today. Like they were like, what are you doing? I'm like, yeah.
And you think Crown's like super broken? You think this format? I think so too.
I think it's really good because number 1, like I said, it's a low opportunity cost. Like you're not discarding any other cards in your hand. This card's very hard to dodge. Cool Tune can dodge this card. They can go like chain Cool Tune Synchro and then chain Zalin. But like if that's the case, I'm perfectly fine with that. I just need my non-engine to be able to bait out real interaction, and they can't play around it as easily as Super Poly. Do you want to go to the side deck or the?
Let's go extra deck.
Okay. Extra deck. Let's start with the engine part of the extra deck.
By the way, your deck is incredibly beautiful. If you guys haven't realized, this is all Starlight. This deck is normally like what, $70? This is like what, 1,000?
I purchased this deck for like $15 before it.
Oh my god!
2 copies of the Deactorus, 2 copies of the Graflario. I'm getting my Starlights. They're not here yet, unfortunately. 2 copies of the Drastius and 2 copies of the Jupiter. I know some people run the 1 Jupiter, but I use 2 in the combo a lot. I think that if you don't use 2, a lot of your combos are incomplete through hand traps. Like, through hand traps, a lot of the times you use the 3 equip rule to overlay one on top of the other one to make Verdurous, or a lot of the times you would go 1+10, make 1, and then banish a card from your hand, and then make the second one, and then this would be like Zexal, plus like you would summon back 1 Drastius. You would end on Drastia. That way, when you make the second Drastius, they can't Super Poly because this is 2 of the same name. Garura, you can't Super Poly with that shit.
Just built different, bro.
Yeah, and then
Numerous Jib in a Doomzy off. Who would win?
Anthony Xu, every
I
day.
don't know. I'm not gonna talk about it.
I'm gonna stir
And then,
the pot. I'm gonna message him. say
These
you're
two
better.
are like, I think it's mandatory because
Yeah.
people think that F-Zero is less commitment or like it's better lines under Droll and whatnot, better lines
Yeah.
under Perulia. But this, like the fact that this card can bounce your equip spells to reuse them or give you follow up, or this is for 2 level 4s. This is 2 disruptions. F-Zero is 1 disruption.
Yep.
So and yeah, this is just like so good. And then the 1 Brutus for your power patient lines,
Yep.
and then the 1 Clockwork Knight to go along with this for your when you start with the power patient portal. In the end, you contribute a Jupiter to end on to bring back another level 10, and you can make Brutus.
Original list, we're cutting this. Do you think that people should be playing at 1,000%?
Yes, I was. To be fair, I like a month ago, I also said that this deck did not need this card. But the more I played, the more I realized that this deck can't play without this card. You really do need this card.
Good to know. Good to know.
The 1 Zexal to make with the 2 Jupiters if you get disrupted. So the Terminus combo, if you don't get disrupted, you would end on a Barudras, but if you get disrupted a lot of the time, you would pivot into the Zexal by using the double Jupiter to bring back and then just overlaying the top of it. This being very good because like now they can't just Fallen Virtuous or MST your trap. They can't do that. So this being protection for your board is very strong. And then also it's just very low investment because you get it for free, right?
Yeah.
And then the Typhon. Typhon, I like it a lot because going second, when you start breaking their board, you usually make 1 Jupiter, but you don't have the gas to make the second one. What you do is you would just make Typhon on top of the Jupiter, and because Jupiter's 35, Typhon you have to make it at the highest. You can't just make it with anything else. You have to make it with Jupiter. And incidentally, this is 27, this is 28, and Regulus is 28. Typhon doesn't clog any of your like monsters, and anything above that like it clogs. So I had a game today versus Ryziel Mitsu where he had like a 4 material Dedo with twins. I crowned it at the start of my turn. He thought he was gonna get it back and then he was gonna break my board or whatever. I ended like with a Typhon, and then I turned off the detonator.
Yes, it's just crazy.
But none of my monsters were turned off,
exactly.
so I just won. Yeah.
That Typhon's crazy in this deck.
Yeah, and then last but not least, I'm playing the 1 dark.
Whoa!
The Iris Fill.
Bruh?
So this was originally Zeus, but I found that like this deck's board breaking ability is strong enough that I don't need to go battle phase and waste the next season on Zeus to clear the board.
Yeah.
If I'm playing the game, the board just automatically disappears.
Gone.
But what I did want to do was, you know how like experienced players when they play against Doomz, they know that if your opponent activated the Power Patron portal, they can only declare an attack with Power Patrons that turn. So they're gonna instinctively think that they can't die that turn. They're gonna get a bunch of follow up. They know you can't kill them, and then they're gonna kill you on the crackback. But that's not what I'm trying to do. So if you know, Jupiter has this hidden line of text where if this card has an XYZ as material, it gains 3,000 attack, right? So it's 35, so now it's 65, right? If let's say you make a Drastius, you go 3 equips onto it, it has the 2 materials plus this, you go for this, you detach the Drastia, you revive any XYZ, so like just you revive like a Graflaria you've already used, or like any other XYZ, for example. And then you can use the Doom Dirge effect to pop a card, and then this card gives after you use that effect, it gives Jupiter 1,000 attack and makes it able to attack directly. But that's only 7,500. So what happens is you overlay this top of that, and then activate the effect. It says that during the battle phase this turn, your XYZ monsters gain attack equal to their rank times 100, which means that Jupiter becomes 85 during the battle phase. And he can attack directly.
Please tell me you pulled it off.
Yes, I did.
Oh,
He's 85, he can attack
God.
directly. He can just ignore everything on their board and he just punch you and you just die.
This deck really is Memento. It's like Memento even had that, like random like 8K.
Yeah, there's a random 8K, yeah. It's for the people who like don't respect your like your ability to kill after they do Portal, because I have had a bunch of people that after I played Portal, they just used all their interruptions early to like disrupt my board, and then thinking that I just can never kill them. But I just wanted a way to kill them in the end, so that's why I'm playing that card.
I love that.
Also, you can play this card as an extra material for Zeus. If you do play Zeus, you can go like Deactorus, Iris Fill, attack, and then make Zeus. But this can be made on anything that didn't activate an effect this turn.
I'm taking notes, bro.
Yeah.
Let me know when the Doomz Masterclass comes. I'll be the first student. I'm a cool 2-in-1 trick, bro. Let's see the side deck.
Yeah, okay, let's go for the going first cards.
Yes.
I have 1 Called by the Grave. I have the 2 Warnings and a Judgment. This used to be Accusations, but I found that a lot of the times versus Cool Tune, when you got stopped by their hand traps with nothing, accuracy doesn't save you.
Yep,
Like they normal
I agree.
Reco and they pop it, and
Yep.
same thing with Super Poly, by the way. That's why I ultimately
agree.
decided to switch Super Poly for Crown. When I got stopped on no interruptions, Crown will save me versus their normal summon, but
100.
Super Poly will
Poly
not.
is awful going when you're going first against
Exactly.
Doomzu. It's incredible going second, but when you're going first,
It just doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
It's so bad. So yeah, I needed something that both works on my first. Also, I'm siding my Ash Blossoms because in this deck, I
You don't
feel
care
like
about Fua?
if they Fua me, it's fine. I'm
Yeah,
never
you don't care.
gonna Ash a Fua. Like
Yeah.
I'm just gonna give you no draws, end on like 5 interruptions,
Yeah.
and then you better have it. You better have it, right? Like, this is if Dracotail wasn't like such a big threat, I wouldn't even
take
put
it
it
out?
in the side.
Nice,
But
yeah.
I side this in against Brandon and Dracotail to
Yeah.
stop the Rahus and the Ketus and whatnot,
Yeah.
and then like I also sided in going first. Like if I have like extra
Might
cards
as
to take
well.
out,
Yeah.
might as well, right?
Yeah.
3 nibs to respect Rogue, like Malice and whatnot, because I'm teching so hard for meta that like I might not
yep.
have anything against Rogue.
Yep.
This came up a
You're
lot.
probably gonna have too many stuff against random
Yeah.
decks that you can't even take out.
I just need cards that just work against like weaker decks.
Yeah.
So I decided to put 3 cup in the side for me, and then I had played 3 Kaijus
Oh,
because I needed so the Cool Tune matchup. What happens post side is they just look at your hand and they summon this Rose Whip card, and then you can't play. And that happens a lot actually. They just summon this Rose Whip card and you can't play. So I just needed to be able to play. So I needed to take care of the Rose Whip. If
You hate Rose Whip that much, bro?
yeah, you need to find ways that you can like make it so that their Rose Whip just doesn't come out. You need to pressure them so that their Rose Whip doesn't come out. So all of the non-engine,
Just
I
don't
do.
summon Rose Whip?
I'll side in Ash to Ash the Q so the Rose
Oh
Whip doesn't
my
come out.
God.
I just need the Rose Whip to not come out. Repeat
never
after
seen
me.
somebody hate a
The
fly.
Rose Whip cannot come out, or else you lose. Or else you lose. Okay. The Rose Whip cannot come out.
Bro, I've never seen so much hate for Rose Whip in my life.
You cannot make. So yeah.
Tell me how much.
And also, this is the hardest one to play around. Also in the mirror match, this is really strong because you just
I've never seen a kaiju yet, but I can only imagine thinking, what do I do?
Yeah,
Like,
no, I had
you're
like
definitely
a cool
gonna do
team player look at my
some
hand.
stuff,
They saw like a retail C, a kaiju, and then like three pushes, and they're like, "What do I do?" They just can't do anything because like also a cool tune. The monster you hit the most is not Zalin. It's not remix. It's Loudness War. Loudness War being able to bounce your equips and your Zagredo in response to them activating, turning them off is really really strong. So like you can't just like make the cool tune opponent be able to end on that defense position Loudness War. You need to take it out as soon as possible. Can't let it
Later,
activate.
loudness.
Yeah, and then I play the Duster for back row because there's too many Solemns in for back, and then the second Adrastia. So I'm still not sure if it's the second Adrastia, but it was supposed to be the third copy of Drastius, but I just couldn't get access to this card.
Let me guess. You didn't have a third star.
Yeah, I
You're
didn't
like,
have
it's
a
not
third
worth
star
it.
lookup. Yeah. So the theory behind the third copy of Drastius is that if you go second against your opponent,
Yeah.
a lot of the time their main game plan is to stop you from getting to this card. Because when this
Right.
card, if you get to this card, you swing the momentum really heavy into your favor.
Yeah.
But like when they're using their stuff to prevent you from getting to this card, if you already opened this card,
Ooh.
like you basically just win the game a lot of the time. For example, like one scenario that comes up a lot is versus Cool Tune, you would scale Zagredo, you would activate it, they would have to RS it, so it doesn't destroy. And then now if you go effect pop,
Ooh.
you just won the game. You literally just won the game.
Super high value.
Yeah. But I obviously I couldn't get my hands on the third copy of it.
I'll tell Sam to send over a Starlight. He probably has 18.
Yeah, so the third equip spell does also come up, especially going second. This is a card that you want to be actively drawing going second.
Going second.
A lot. What happens against Cool Tune a lot, not a lot, but it does happen, is that they queue and they see 2 engine,
Right.
and they're forced to leave one of your engine in banish pile. And this card can summon anything from hand, graveyard, banished. So this can turn into a starter like a lot of the time.
Yep.
Now, remember, against Doomz, never banish any of their names.
Yep.
Do not do it.
Agreed.
Do not do it. But yeah, also you need additional ways to out back-to-back because obviously you're a deck that plays Shifter, right? You play
Yeah.
Shifter and you play Retail. And their main game plan under these cards is to make a back-to-back. You
Yep.
need ways to out back-to-back that do not trigger that card.
Yep.
So I have this,
Spells,
this,
yep.
and you have Change to pop Raiders. All of this is spell trap based removal to pop back-to-back. And once you out that back-to-back, you win the game, basically.
Yeah, the combos of those together, like the 2-card combos in combination, are actually really good against Cool Tune.
Yeah.
Because of that purpose. Like they're gonna end on back-to-back. You go to back-to-back without using a monster, and you're playing freely.
Yeah, so this is why it's the second Adrastia,
Beautiful.
but I'm still testing if it's the second Adrastia or the third Adrastia.
And overall, with the 9-round, great performance, being the best Doomzy player here today by landslide. would you still think Doomz is you think Doomz is the second best deck in the world right now? Or do you think it's the best deck in the world?
I want to say it's like one of the best decks, but I think Cool Tune is just like slightly too good going first.
Would you consider this, if there's a ban list, you think this is like for sure the second best deck?
If there's a ban list, this deck is really strong, yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Absolutely amazing job. I'm super proud of you. I knew you were gonna win because you were seeing me write my deck list. I knew one of us was gonna win. Great job, bro.
Thank
really
you
proud. Any last shout outs you want to give?
Shout outs to Shu for telling me to run Retail C in the main.
Shout out to Guangzhou Gooners.
Yeah, shout outs to Best of the Best, Bozo Cord, and the Chinese Discord, yeah.
Shout out to Chinese Discord. Apparently you guys know who I am. Thank you guys. Make sure to go check out the Cool Tune Masterclass, figure out how to defeat Doomz. And I'm going to convince Anthony to make a Doomz Masterclass because I was taking notes all regional, seeing him play. Later, guys. Peace.